This time around the field, we'll see green flag for Peterbilt of Sioux Falls, heat race number 1. Nick Beinoff and Justin Zeitner bring us to the green. Sukup is the big mover. He'll go to third from the 5th spot. Jake Neal looks to the inside of Jelsma. Now Haase down the back straightaway. Justin Zeitner out to your early lead. Nick Beinoff running second. We've got a slider for the 4th spot. Haase turns to the inside. It's too close to call at the line. Sukup sideways in front of Haase and Neal. Neal keeps his foot in it to the outside. He'll take over that 3rd spot. Let's see if Jake Neal's 2:14 machine can track down the top 2 of Justin Zeitner and Nick Beinoff. Those two right now in those all-important redraw spots for the top 6 starting positions for the H&H Mobile Home A main event. Haase out of shape. He's able to corral it and keep going. Justin Zeitner still with a comfortable 5-car length advantage as we've got 4 laps remain. Jake Neal inching ever so closely to the top 2. Let's see if he's going to run out of laps with 3 laps remaining. Jake Neal pounding the top side as Justin Zeitner leads with 2 laps remaining. White flag flies. Your leaders go down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3 and 4 for the last time. Justin Zeitner wins Peterbilt of Sioux Falls heat race number 1. Nick Beinoff runs second. Jake Neal in third. Ben Sukup will run 4th. 5th will go to the 45 of John Haase. And Jared Jelsma rounds out the field, but your coveted redraw spots. 2nd place will go to the number 1 of Nick Beinoff. And how about at Raceway Park? Heat race number 1, presented by Peterbilt of Sioux Falls, goes to the 62 of Justin Zeitner. The green flag flies for heat race number 1. Gary Brown Jr. will jump out to the early lead. Jordan Hyman looks to the inside. We'll go 3 wide out of turn 4. Gary Brown Jr. will lead down the back straightaway. Jordan Hyman's 38 runs in the 2nd spot. Blair Norduff's 76 is 3rd. Chad Olson runs in the 4th spot. Junior Coover and Mike Morton round out the field. Gary Brown Jr. goes to the top side. Jordan Hyman to his inside. Hyman not able to make the pass. Your pole sitter. Blair Norduff looks to the back bumper. Here comes Chad Olson's 10C to the inside. He's not able to make the pass out of turn number 2. We've got a 4-car battle. Blair Norduff goes way upstairs. Norduff still able to hold on to that 3rd spot. Chad Olson sideways and he'll go around. Chad Olson spins out the 10C, and that will bring out the caution flag. Spin in turn 1 and 2. We've got 4 laps down, 4 laps remaining, with Gary Brown Jr. bringing us back to the green flag. The green flag is out. Gary Brown Jr. leads us into turn number 1. Blair Norduff looks to the inside of Jordan Hyman. We'll go door to door down the back straightaway. Hyman with a little advantage into turn 3. Norduff slides up the track. They're both right on the back bumper of Gary Brown Jr. Brown continues to lead. The battle for the redraw spot is a hot one. Jordan Hyman continuing to run in that 2nd and final redraw spot, but Blair Norduff wants it. 2 laps remaining. Hyman a little bit too strong on the top right now for Norduff. Norduff with a big run through the center of the corner. They'll go side by side down the backstretch into turn number 3 and 4. Norduff will gain the 2nd spot. The white flag flies for Gary Brown Jr. Blair Norduff now to the 2nd and final redraw spot. He looks to the inside of Brown. He'll push up the track. Brown will pick up E&A Concrete heat number 2. Blair Nordiff runs second. Third will go to Jordan Hyman. Fourth to Junior Coover. Fifth to Chad Olson. And Mike Morton will round out the field. But your final 2 redraw spot takers for E&A Concrete heat number 2 is Blair Nordiff and Raceway Park. How about it for Gary Brown Jr. picking up the win in E&A Concrete heat race number 2. With Luke Sadoff, Lane Brennan, Zach Zeitner, Brad Vogt, Troy Daly, and Nate Beinhoff for the third and final heat race presented by Burt's Sports Bar and Grill for the RepairableVehicles.com Tri-State Late Model Series. Brennan gets the jump into turn 1. Vogt looks to the outside of Sadoff. The big mover so far in lap number 1 is the 51 and Nate Beinhoff. Beinhoff looks for second. He's unable to get by the 11 of Brad Vogt. Here comes Zach Zeitner now to his outside. Zeitner looks to the outside for third place from Nate Beinhoff. Lane Brennan leading and stretching out that lead over Brad Vogt running second. Zach Zeitner will take over the third spot. Zeitner now looks to the outside. He'll push through the center of the corner. He's unable to get the pass. Zeitner to the outside of Brad Vogt. Vogt continues to run in the second spot. Zeitner all over the back bumper of Brad Vogt. Here comes Nate Beinhoff once again to the inside. He's unable to make the passes. There's a yellow flag. Yellow, yellow, yellow. It's the 44 of Troy Daly pointed the wrong direction on the exit of turn number 2. Not what Lane Brennan wanted to see with 3 laps down and 5 laps remaining. Lane Brennan's lead chopped by a ton to have Brad Vogt back on his back bumper. Zach Zeitner runs third as we'll go back to the green. Vogt looks to the inside of Brennan. Unable to make anything happen. The battle is for the third spot. It's Zach Zeitner and it's Nate Beinhoff. Zeitner looks to cross over Brad Vogt. Too close to call at the line. Zach Zeitner will slide up in front of the 11. Give Zach Zeitner the last redraw spot now. Brad Vogt steady on the bottom, hangs on to third. Troy Daly will retire that 44 machine to the infield, but Lane Brennan will come around and see the green flag high in the air. 2 laps remaining. Nate Beinhoff looks to diamond off the corner, getting a big run out of turn 2. He's right to the back bumper of Brad Vogt's 11 as Lane Brennan sees the white flag 1 to go. Zach Zeitner catching the back of the 8 car. Zach Zeitner will go right to his back bumper down the back straightaway. He'll duck to the inside through 3 and 4. It's not going to be enough. Lane Brennan wins heat race number 3 presented by Burt Sports Bar. Zach Zeitner will come home second. Brad Vogt third. Nate Beinhoff fourth. Luke Sadoff rounds out the field in 5th. But making the 2 redraw spots, the 76 of Zach Zeitner. And how about it for Lane Brennan's number 8, making the final redraw spot and winning Burt Sports Bar heat race number 3 for the RepairableVehicles.com Tri-State Late Model Series. Like PJ said, Jake Neal frickin' run everything, man.
Ben Sukup, the 07 car, he has a few Tri-State Late Model wins as well in the 07 car out of Norfolk, Nebraska. And let's not forget the 51 car of Nate Beinhoff right behind him, and the 10C of Chad Olson. Those two like to put on a show, both starting deep here tonight. So, Colin, I'll let you have the call here, as looks like we're set to go green, my friend.
Justin Zeitner and Nick Beinhoff will roll to the green flag through turn 3 and 4. 25 circuits as we're green. Justin Zeitner takes the early lead. He'll go to the top. Here comes Zach Zeitner to make it 3 wide for second. Nick Beinhoff will take second. Possible contact down the back straightaway with Gary Brown Jr. Blair Nordiff to the top. Give him 2 for 1. 5th to 3rd. Justin Zeitner leads. Nick Beinhoff not far behind. Zeitner gets a good run out of turn number 2 down the backstretch. Through 3 and 4, Nick Beinhoff still there, but Zeitner leads lap 2. We'll go 3 wide for 4th. Jake Neal thinks better of it, backs out. Zach Zeitner running in that 4th spot. Gary Brown Jr. wants it. Here comes Jake Neal once again for 5th. At the line, too close to call. Nate Beinhoff looks to the inside of Lane Brennan for 7th. Give it to him. Here comes Jake Neal once again to the inside of Zeitner. Zach Zeitner keeps that 5th spot. Nick Beinhoff not going away from the back of Justin Zeitner as Blair Norduff starts to close in. Yellow flag, yellow, yellow, yellow. We've got one around. It looks like the 9 of Jared Jelsma. Junior Coover spins in the 10 car. Get some grip down into the track on that 62 machine. As the field bunches back up nose to tail, Justin Zeitner will bring us back to the green flag. 5 laps in, 20 to go. Norduff will get the jump to 2nd by Nick Beinhoff. Here comes Deal to his inside. Nick Deal and Nick Beinhoff run for the 3rd spot. Beinhoff up top, Deal on the bottom. Give Nick Beinhoff the 3rd spot. Nate Beinhoff now to the outside of Gary Brown Jr. They'll race door to door to the flag stand. Give the spot to Nate Beinhoff. Beinhoff and Brown continue to battle it out for the 6th spot. Now Blair Norduff looks to the inside. Oh, and Zeitner goes around. Justin Zeitner, your leader, spins. Blair Norduff peeked his nose to the inside, and Justin Zeitner spins. Blair Norduff setting the pace through turn 3 and 4 as we'll go back green flag racing with 17 laps remaining. Neal looks to Norduff's inside. He's got that H&H Motorsports number 1 looking sporty out there as he follows the tire tracks of Blair Norduff. Norduff continues to lead. Beinhoff kisses the outside wall through 1 and 2. He's able to keep it going clean. Olsen now to his inside. They nearly bang doors. Rowdy keeps the spot. Here comes Lane Brennan to the inside now of Chad Olsen's 10C. Gary Brown Jr. looks to the inside of Zach Zeitner. Give Brown the spot back. Norduff now down to the bottom side of the speedway. He continues to run strong in the top spot with 13 laps remaining, coming to 12. Problems for Gary Brown Jr. A little puff of smoke. He'll take the 22 pit side. Unfortunate for Gary to lose a strong running spot. But Nate Beinhoff now to the inside of Zeitner. 13 down, 12 laps remaining for Blair Norduff halfway through this H&H Mobile Home A main event. The only car up on the top side of the speedway is Justin Zeitner's 62, trying to make his way through the field. The slower car of Jared Jelsma now in the racing lane of Blair Norduff. Jelsma pushes up the track. That'll allow Norduff to get down underneath of him and put himself a lap car in between him and Jake Neal. Eight laps remaining. Jake Neal looking to chase down Blair Norduff. But here comes Nick Beinhoff's number 1 closing in on the 214 of Jake Neal. 7 circuits around, for Blair Norduff. He's putting a little bit of distance between himself and Neal as Nick Beinhoff runs a solid third, Nate in fourth. Fifth is Zach Zeitner. Sixth is Chad Olson, Lane Brennan. Justin Zeitner, as we've got one around. It's Troy Daly's 44. He will park it in the infield. He'll park it in the infield and call it a night. Heavy lap traffic in front of your leader with Brad Vogt and Morton. Here comes Jake Neal to the top side. Neal had to get yellow, yellow, yellow. In car 76, last year's series champion. Six circuits around as we are back to green. Nordoff to the bottom, Beinhoff on the top. Nick Beinhoff has Jake Neal by a nose through turn 3 and 4. He'll clear him out of turn 4, giving Nick Beinhoff second. Nate now looks to the inside of Neal. Nate Beinhoff to the inside of Jake Neal. It looks like a Beinhoff pass, possibly. Neal sticks the bottom. He looks to the inside of Nick for second once again with 4 laps remaining. Blair Nordoff with a comfortable lead out there in car 76 with 3 laps to go. The battle continues to rage on for second. Nick Beinhoff gets by Jake Neal down the back straightaway. Green high in the air, 2 laps remaining. Neal recaptures second place out of turn 4. Neal will slide up and he'll take over that second spot down the back straightaway. Through 3 and 4, Blair Nordoff sees the white flag, 1 lap remaining. Blair Nordoff down the back straightaway for the final time. Blair Nordoff picks up his first H&H Mobile Home A main event for the 2021 season. Blair Nordoff started in the 5th spot and was able to climb his way all the way to the front. Blair Nordoff parks it down in S&S Graphics victory lane. He's going to take home that OCF big check tonight for the H&H Mobile Home A main event, along with his Hoosier Tire neckband. Blair Nordoff getting all the safety equipment off inside of his 76 machine. Raceway Park, how about it? Tonight's H&H Mobile Home main event winner goes to Blair Nordoff. Well, Blair, it looked like you were chasing down Justin Zeitner pretty well, but you'll take the lead any way you can get it.
Yeah, I'll take the lead anyway. I can get it from Justin Zeitner. He's a hell of a race car driver, and I'm glad I won tonight.
You guys have done a ton of travel in your race all over the place. How much experience and knowledge does that gain for you in these fairly new rocket cars you got?
Yeah, it gains you a lot of experience racing with World of Outlaws and them. I mean, they just teach you some stuff that these guys wouldn't, and I'm just saying that these guys are good race car drivers, and I'm just happy to be here. So.
Blair, you guys got a lot of help that gets you up and down the road. How about it?
Yeah, I got to thank my mom and dad, Bargain Bar Tire Center. If we didn't have that place, this car wouldn't be on this racetrack. I'd like to thank Glanzer Trucking, Western Provisions, Grandpa Ben's Ranch, K Today Realtor. these guys, them people behind me, they mean a lot and they do a lot for me. So
Grandpa Ben smiling down on this one.
Yeah, he's smiling down on this one, and I'm happy to be here. So
Raceway Park, how about it? Blair Norduff picks up the win.